Distance has a way of hiding the truth. It can turn promises into poetry and lies into lullabies. When two hearts are far apart, imagination does half the loving. The voice on the phone sounds kinder, the texts feel deeper, and the silence always finds excuses. This is a story about waiting, about trust stretched across miles, about love that traveled through screens and signals, and about lies that learned how to sound like love. This is the story of Amara and Kelechi, two souls connected by hope and separated by truth. Amara was 19 when Kelechi left. They stood at the motor park that morning, surrounded by noise, horns, shouting drivers, crying children, but their world had gone quiet. 6 months, Kelechi said, squeezing her fingers. Just 6 months. I'll come back settled. Amara nodded, smiling even though her chest felt heavy. 6 months sounded small, like something love could survive. When the bus finally moved, she waved until it disappeared, not knowing she was also waving goodbye to the version of love she understood. That night, Kelechi called from the road. His voice sounded tired, but warm. I already miss you, he said. And just like that, distance became a bridge instead of a wall. The calls became routine, morning messages, late-night voice notes, video calls filled with laughter and promises. Amara learned to fall asleep with her phone on her chest. Kelechi learned how to say the right things. You're my peace. I'm doing this for us. Endure small time. Distance made their love sound important, sacrificial, mature. Whenever Amara felt lonely, Kelechi reminded her of the future. Our house, our kids, our story. And she believed him, because believing was easier than questioning. The silence didn't come suddenly. It came slowly. Missed calls explained by bad network, short replies blamed on stress, promises postponed. Work is choking me, Kelechi said one night. I'm tired, baby. Amara understood. She always understood. But understanding doesn't stop loneliness. It only teaches it how to wait quietly. One weekend passed without a call, then another. When he finally called, his voice sounded distant, even closer than the distance itself. Amara, you worry too much, he said. I'm still here. But something had changed, and deep down, she felt it. Amara began to notice things. The way Kelechi avoided video calls, how his stories didn't connect anymore, how he always seemed busy at night. One evening, she asked gently, Are you seeing someone else? There was a pause, then laughter. Distance has entered your head, he said. Don't let it destroy what we have. She apologized, but questions don't die when you apologize for them. They only learn to whisper. Amara started checking the time before calling, started rehearsing her words, started doubting herself, and love slowly turned into fear. The truth arrived by accident. A tagged photo, a smiling face beside Kelechi's, a caption that said, Grateful for you. Amara stared at her phone for a long time. She didn't cry immediately. Shock doesn't come with tears. When she called Kelechi, he didn't pick. When he finally did, hours later, his voice was calm. It's not what you think, he said. But lies always begin that way. She's just a friend. She understands me. You're overreacting. Amara listened, and with every word, something inside her cracked. The truth came out slowly, not because Kelechi wanted to tell it, but because lies get tired of standing. Yes, there was someone else. Yes, it started months ago. Yes, he didn't plan for it to happen. I was lonely too, he said. I needed comfort. Amara laughed softly. Distance had been lonely for her too, but she stayed faithful to a memory. So what was I? She asked. There was no answer. Sometimes silence is the loudest confession. Amara didn't beg. She didn't fight. She simply stopped calling. The first week was unbearable. The second week was quiet. The third week felt like breathing again. She deleted old messages, stopped rereading promises, stopped waiting. Distance had taken something from her, but it also returned her to herself. She learned that love should not confuse you, should not shrink you, should not survive only through excuses. And slowly, she healed. Months later, Kelechi called. "I made a mistake," he said. "I lost something real." Amara listened calmly. "Yes," she replied, "you did." And for the first time, distance didn't hurt, because she had learned the truth. Not every long-distance love is a lie. But every long-distance lie depends on silence to survive. And she would never be silent again. If you're listening to this story, and you're waiting for someone far away, remember this. Love should travel distance with honesty, not hide behind it. Sometimes, distance reveals who truly cares, and sometimes, it reveals who was only pretending. Thank you for listening.